Major Slack Videos.
Well, yeah, the name is Slack. Thanks for coming back. Let's walk through some more Elden Ring. Sorry for my absence yesterday, but there were some major changes made to the game. They dropped a patch, a huge patch, a 1.6 gigabyte patch. What was it, yesterday or late Wednesday? Anyways, patch 1.03 made some major changes to the game. So many, in fact, that I had to trash a whole bunch of videos that I had prepared. Which is why I couldn't upload a video yesterday. Yeah, some major changes. I'll try to remember to put a link to the patch notes in either the video description or in a pinned comment. I'm not going to go over all the changes. I'm just going to go over the changes that affect this point of the walkthrough. One of the big things let's see if I had this. No, okay, yeah, determination. The Ash of War determination. I was using this. Let's just throw it on. Here we go. Okay, so the S-Stock now has determination, and this is what happens. You get this, you get a 60% bonus to your damage. I wonder if that will show. Yeah, bonus damage for 10 seconds. I'm not sure if it shows here, but what happens is, before the patch, what happens is, if you had a staff in your left hand and you had a weapon in your right hand and you use determination on that, use determination, what would happen is you get a 60% bonus to your spell damage as well, which I always suspected was a glitch, but everyone else was using it, so I just went, okay, well, you know, all these OP mage builds are doing it, so, you know, I guess I'm gonna do it too. I'm gonna take the chance, and I got caught. So yeah, turned out it was a glitch. They patched it out, so everybody's OP mage builds went down like the Titanic yesterday. Yeah, a lot of builds got trashed on account of that, because a lot of them were based heavily on that, carrying a dagger in the right hand, putting a determination on, and just using that to buff up your spells. So I was fortunate though that they came out with a patch yesterday, just before I was about to upload those videos. So I didn't have to, like, the walkthrough didn't get ruined, fortunately. But yeah, I did have to trash a bunch of videos that were ready to upload, which is why I couldn't. Why I couldn't upload yesterday. Another thing they did was NPCs are now marked on the map, which is fantastic. See, for example, Merchant Calais is here. For example, this merchant here that I marked, I don't have to do that anymore. So we can take that away. See? This is the merchant, the nomadic merchant that's in Mistwood, the Mistwood forest. He's now there, automatically marked. Yeah, and all other NPCs that you encounter throughout the game will get marked on your map. That's fantastic. New quest phases for Kenneth Height. I was just about to do that quest too, so unfortunately I didn't do that and upload videos, because that's changed now. Cracked pots. I'm so glad they changed this. This is fantastic, because I always thought cracked pots were really weak. And everyone who knows me from my Skyrim videos know I'm big on crafting. And I was using these like crazy in practice runs, and I was going, these are weak ass. They just don't get the job done. And I always suspected that they were underpowered and they were going to, you know, balance out the game and change that. And I was right. So now fire pots kick ass. 2 of these fire pots will take down a horseman. I'll try to show you that in some of the videos to follow. Yeah, and you can use these on bears and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, they increase the offensive damage of all. Strike that. They increase the damage of all offensive fire pots. Huge change. And I think that's about. Oh, smithing stones. Strike that. Not all. I checked them. A lot of nomadic merchants now sell smithing stones. Like, for example, this guy right here, he sells smithing stones. And I'm positive they made that change. That's not this guy over here. I'm positive they made that change after seeing everybody speedrun all over the map. to get smithing stones. So they said, okay, let's make them more accessible to, like, you know, early game builds, you know, so you don't have to run all over the map, take your horse and run all over the entire map collecting smithing stones, which is a lot of these walkthroughs are doing. And I said I wasn't going to do that, and I knew they were going to make some kind of change to accommodate that as well, to accommodate a more natural progress through the game, and I was right, they did. So way to go, From Software. Yep, they made a lot of great changes as far as I'm concerned. Great patch. And one final thing, this is the PC version only, they finally made the escape key more useful. So you can just get out of the map by just pressing the escape key. Like every other video game on the face of the planet, the escape key is for getting out of menus. So that for me is a huge change. Because, see, same with this. Going into this menu, before you'd have to press whatever button you had activated for interact to get out of the menus. And in some situations, you use the escape key, but not always. It was like mostly the interact button. So it was a pain in the ass trying to remember which, whether it was the escape key or the interact key that got out of the menus. Now it's mostly the escape key, which is great. That's fantastic, huge change. I love that change. And I got a list here. Yep, I think that pretty much covers everything. Yep, big changes. So let's get underway. This is going to be the first major makeover for our boy Happyface 3000. We got a lot of money, and I got a big plan here. This plan is, this is pretty much a practice run you're watching. Okay, so I've tested everything, but there's a couple of strategies which I'm not sure are just a fluke or they're solid strategies. So we'll find out. By the way, some of you are asking, can I put out more videos? No, I'm sorry. Can I make longer videos? No, I'm sorry. Don't forget, these are real walkthrough videos. They take a lot more time and effort to produce. All right. As an example, I've been working on this video since 5 this morning, and it is now 11. Okay, that's 6 hours. Well, actually, what I've been working on is strategies for probably the following 3 videos. Okay, but still, it takes a lot more time and effort to produce these videos. And my philosophy is, if you're going to put out a walkthrough on YouTube that's going to be there for all time, don't piss out a blind playthrough. You know, produce something quality, you know, so that a year from now, it's still there. You know what I mean? It's something that, you know. Anyways, you guys know what I'm talking about. This is why you're subscribed to me. By the way, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe now, and let's get underway. Take the Flask of Wondrous Physic out of the... I'm reading my notes here. Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. Take this out. And because cracked pots are a lot more useful now. So let's put the fire pot there. It's number 1. And let's put the Flask of Wondrous Physic in the item roll. Very good. Next, we're going to sell the sword and the shield. The S-Stock, unequip that, and the Iron Round Shield, unequip that. We're going to sell them.
Wait, weren't you... Well, you're back.
Because we're going to get a sword that is exactly the same as the S-Stock, except it weighs 1 pound less, which is huge. That's a big difference. And we're going to get a much better shield. This shield, as you can see, gives 76 damage negation against physical attacks. We're going to get a shield. Now that we discover the round table hold, we can get a shield that gives 100% damage negation against physical attacks. Way better. Alright, so we're going to sell this. And sell this because we can get a better sword. This sword weighs... Actually, the new sword is going to weigh 2 pounds less, not 1 pound. Yeah, that's big. This sword weighs 4.5. We're going to get a better sword that does the exact same thing, and it only weighs 2.5. So that's saving 2 pounds, and that's important. So sell this. Oh, thanks for warning me. I have an Ash of War.
Goodbye.
On this. Let's just take that off. Undo enhancement.
Wait. Weren't you? Well, you're back. Care to?
That's the one. Sell. Done and done. Now, that cracked pots are more useful. We're going to buy some cracked pots. He's got 2 left over. Buy them both. So we should have 4 cracked pots altogether.
Bye. Nice to do business.
Alright, and hopefully you've been collecting smoldering butterflies and mushrooms everywhere you go. So let's make as many cracked pots as we can. And you see in the bottom left corner of the screen I got 4 fire pots. Alright, next we're going to buy a new shield and a new sword. So to the round table hold. Turn to the east. Go through this doorway here. Hang it right here. Go down the stairs and into this room here to find the Twin Maiden Husks. Then you're gonna buy, pardon me, you're gonna buy 3 important items. The Memory Stone. This is gonna give us an extra memory slot for our spells. Right now we only have 2. This will give us an extra one. It gets applied right away as soon as you buy it. So buy that. Buy the Rapier. And buy the Heater Shield. Okay. So those are replacement items. Next. Let's go to Stormhill Shack. Just checking my notes here. Fast travel to the round table, buy the Rapier, Heater Shield, and Memory Stone. That's correct. And that's Stormhill Shack. All the way down to the bottom here. And we have another memory slot. Let's use it. Typically I like to put spells in the order in which I'm most likely to use them in combat. So let's just take them all out. And the spell I'm most likely to use first is Scholar's Armament. Next is the Glint Blade. And next is the Pebble. Okay, so in that order, Scholar's Armament, Magic Glint Blade, and Glintstone Pebble. Done and done. Next, if you look northeast from the Stormhill Shack, actually let's get it to daytime. And there's always a big FPS drop here. Don't worry about leveling up yet, we don't want to do that yet. We are here, we want to spend money first. Go shopping first and then use the money left over to level up. Okay, from here, look to the northeast, and if you see way in the distance there, there's a giant troll. There's an important crystal tier right behind him. He's kind of sort of guarding it. He's a little above our pay grade right now, so what we're going to do is going to run in, stick to the left side here, far to the left side. Right around here is like to get off. Doing this for the benefit of those that may not be as dexterous with their controls. It's especially finicky on the horse to go pick up stuff. Okay, so he's going to start patrolling this way. Go into sneak mode. And just sneak along the cliff here. And this is what we're looking for right here. The Strength Knot Crystal Tier. And just fast travel back to the Stormhill Shack. Alright, so we have a new crystal tier, a new tier that we can put in the Flask of Wondrous Physics. So interact with the Site of Grace, go to Mix Wondrous Physics, and here is our new tier, the Strength Knot Crystal Tier. This is incredibly useful, and what it does is it temporarily boosts your strength for 3 minutes. By how much, Slack? By 10 points. 10 points of strength for 3 minutes. That is huge. Huge. So yeah, definitely throw that on. Okay, now you only get 1 use per rest, but still, it's a huge, huge thing. Okay, so this means that, for example, this Lordsworn's Greatsword that we've been carrying around, that we can't use effectively unless we hold it in 2 hands. We no longer need to do that. Okay? Right now, if we use its skill, which is Stamp Uppercut, you see it's not fully in effect. We don't get those like white swooshy lines, okay? But if we hold it in both hands, see, that's the way it's supposed to work. But we no longer need to hold it in both hands because we can just use the Flask of Wondrous Physic and boom. Okay, now even in holding it in one hand, we can still do it. Boom. Works fantastic. Alright. So that is huge. So that means that we can hold a shield in the other hand while we're using that, which is exactly what we're going to do. Okay, let's put the shield there. And we could put this new rapier also in the right hand, so we can switch back and forth between the two. However, this is going to overload us. Equipment, and you see we now have a heavy load. Once you reach 70% of your total equipment load, you go into heavy load, and that means you do what is known as a fat roll. So when you roll, it's like slow motion roll, and I think it even slows down your running too. Yeah, see, he's running a lot slower. You don't want that. So for now, I'm just going to take off these Godric Soldier Gauntlets. That'll put us just below the 70% mark. So now we have a medium load. All right, done. Next, the shield. As you can see, the heater shield has 100 guarded damage negation. I think I was reading the wrong stat on the other shield. I was reading this. It's actually over here on the previous iron round shield. It should be here, this stat. I think it was 71 if I recall correctly. I was reading this stat. That's the wrong stat. It's this stat right here. Guarded damage negation. Again, as you can see, we have 100% protection against any physical damage. Mind you, physical damage that is inflicted on us. Okay? So that is when we're holding our shield up. Now, the problem with this is it has the parry skill on it. See that? Parry skill. We don't want that because that's going to override our weapon skill. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to go to the Warmaster Shack, which is just up the road a bit. Here we are at Storm Hill. The Warmaster Shack is right here. See this little forest here and this road coming down here and where it intersects with this road? This right here is exactly where the Warmaster Shack is. So let's put a beacon there. And I think I haven't done the beacon I want to get rid of. Right down here. There we go. Okay. Done and done. So, our beacon is that away. There's going to be a couple soldiers on the way here. Let's get the magic glint blade up. Yeah, that guy right there. We can take him down with 4 glint blades. That should do it. These guys are tough hombres. We could also use a stamp uppercut on him. And did I use my Flask of Wondrous Physic? Yes, I did. Let me just recharge it. Okay, it's recharged. That right there, pardon me, on that dead body is 5 fire arrows. There you go, 4 glint blades typically does it. Alright, let's use our flask. So now we can handle the sword. Okay, this is something that I didn't really practice. See if we can go up and do a stamp uppercut on this guy. Great. Fantastic. Okay, I kind of fumble fingered it a little bit, but worked beautifully. Okay, great. Fantastic. And got the fire arrows. I think that's it. Here is the Warmaster shack. He sells ashes of war. Let's discover the site of grace. Shazam. Let's have a little rest. Rest it up there, happy face. And before we go talk to the merchant, let's just quickly grab some root resin, and there should be, by the way, henceforth, anytime you see mushrooms, grab them. Same with smoldering butterflies. Grab them. I'm collecting them throughout this walk here. Okay, dude, what say you?
Not seen you before. Name's Bernard. Tarnished, just like you. Let me ask you something. Are you here in the lands between to take up the fight? Does your faith in the guidance of grace hold firm, despite the collapse of the Golden Order?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yes, you're a Tarnished through and through. Takes me back. But that's a quality needed now more than ever. Any interest in bearing the torch of my battle arts? All I know is the sword. Picked up a fair few tricks in my time, too. Now's the time to pass them on. To a good and proper Tarnished, like you.
Okay, and let's exhaust this dialogue first. So let's have a little more chat.
There's a myriad of battle arts in these lands that I've yet to discover. Mementos of all the warriors who raised their arms in battle. Lost and died. A fine tale, all told, of true chivalric romance. That's how I fell in love with the sword. And the arts of combat. It grants meaning even to falling in battle. To death itself.
Done and done. And we can buy Ashes of War off him. You have a wide array here. I'm going to buy 2 in particular. Quick Step and No Skill. Alright.
Well.
So we meet again. And we can just go to the site of grace here to apply those. Go down to Ashes of War. Select the shield and put No Skill. That will remove the parry skill from the shield. So now it won't override our weapon skill. So now our weapon skill is in effect as we have the shield. Alright, just to demonstrate, let's use the Flask of Wondrous Physic. You now have the shield up and running and use the stamp uppercut. Now, this is useful many times. There's other times where I would much rather have the Quick Step Ash of War on this particular weapon here. And I'm going to show you examples of that later on. You have the Lordsworn's Greatsword. So, I think for now let's put the Quick Step on it. Ash of War, select the Lordsworn's Greatsword, and put Quick Step and Standard. Okay, so now this sword's skill is Quick Step. Press the skill button, and this is what you get. Incredibly useful to have a heavy sword and to be able to move around quickly instead of rolling, which is kind of like clunky. This just press the skill button, and he takes a low profile too, and you can come out of it do a charge attack. All kinds of useful applications for that. Next, smithing stones. Since we can now buy smithing stones, let's go do that right away. We discovered the coastal cave way back at the beginning of the walkthrough. Let me just take that out, put in the torch. Okay, go to your map, bring up the sites of grace, find the coastal cave. We discovered that way back at the beginning of the walkthrough. Go there now. Why, Slack? Because there is a merchant down there, don't forget. And this merchant now, as of patch 1.03, sells smithing stones. And here's that guy that we met that was in the hidden bush, if you remember. We'll table this for a later day. He's now injured here. We're going to have to take care of him. That's a very low priority. Sorry, buddy. Okay, so out of the cave and down here. Let me just put my sword back on. Collect those smoldering butterflies and interact with this guy. And as you can see, he now sells 3 level 1 smithing stones. They're pretty cheap too. Incredibly cheap. Gotta love this. Okay, so buy them all.
Well done. Well.
Next. What say you, Mr. Laptop? Mr. Laptop says go to the coastal cave, buy 3 smithing stones. Very good. And now, I don't know if you noticed or not, but the last time we were in Mistwood Forest, well, we came near Mistwood Ruins, there was this strange howling. And if you want to find out what that howling is all about, you have to go to Khaled at the Church of Ella and ask him. So that's what we're going to do now. Since that's where we're going next, so this is relevant. That's why I didn't do it earlier. Okay, so Khaled, all you have to do is go near, in case you're wondering. If for some reason you didn't get the option to ask about the howling, all you have to do is go near Mistwood Ruins, and that will automatically trigger the dialogue option with Khaled.
Wait, weren't you? Well, you're back. Care to buy something?
Is it down here? About the howling in
The
Mistwood.
howl of a wolf in the Mistwood. I suppose he must still be skulking about. I know. Why not meet him for yourself? Next time you hear the wolf's howl, make this signal right under the source. Don't fret. There is nothing to fear. I just have an inkling the two of you might hit it off.
Okay, and it gives you the finger snap gesture,
Goodbye.
which we're gonna hook up right away. So bring up your menu here, your gestures, and let's take that one out, and let's put the finger snap one in. There we go. That's ready to go. Alright, next. Mistwood Outskirts. Now we're entering bear country here. This is going to get really heavy. Depending. This is where I just did a couple of runs of these strategies, and I'm hoping that what I did wasn't a fluke. It worked out beautifully. We'll see if they hold up to the test. Let's wait till nightfall. I'm not sure if this makes a difference, but it makes sense because we want as many of the bears sleeping as possible. Right, and bring up your map, and you got this big tree here. This is the minor Erd tree, and you want to put a beacon right near the base, just above the base of the Erd tree. Okay, put a beacon right there so you can see clearly where you're going, and hopefully that's the only beacon I have on the map now. It says one. No, there isn't. There's another one here, so I don't want to avoid to get mixed up here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we have one beacon. Let's get our sneak on. Go straight towards the beacon. Now remember, this is bear country. Tons of bears. Way above our pay grade. In that... Great, he's sleeping. See that bear right there? Using my sword as a pointer, the tip of my sword. See that right there? That's a sleeping bear. That's a, I believe it's called a lesser room bear. There's another one. Don't let the name fool you. These are badasses. The regular bears, the ones that I think they're just called bears, they're the ones we can handle. These bad boys, way above our pay grade. For a mage. Now, see that little sparkly thing just above the bear's ass there? That is a level 5 golden rune. That's for 1600 runes. If we can get it. And I hope this bat over here is not going to harsh my buzz. Okay. Let's see, there's a sneak over here. And there's something right beside him. See that bear there? Those are doable. Maybe about 4 or 5 glintstone pebbles will do those guys in. Just waiting for the guy patrolling there to go back that way. Let's make a move. Let's get this here. Throwing daggers. I made it. Okay, let's get up here. Great. Okay, so it wasn't a fluke. And there's another bear there. Let's give him a wide berth, the one scratching the post there. And go straight towards our marker. This is the Sophria River Well location. There is a site of grace here, but you have to take a long elevator ride down. So, but it is there, that's what this is. I'm not going to bother with that now. Alright, and here is the minor Erdtree, surrounded by teardrop scarabs that all give health. I'm presuming because you're in this point in the game and you're running around trying to avoid the bears and you're getting freaked out, getting mauled. This is my new way of busting open those glowing skulls. And yes, I know, you can just use the horse, or you can roll over them, or... we don't need these. So just make your way around the Erdtree. Collect all these sunflowers. If you are hurting for health, bust up one of those guys and refill your health flask. And you're eventually gonna, as you make your way around the Erdtree, you're eventually gonna find this right here. Pick it up, and you get the spiked cracked tear and the green spill crystal tear. Both of these, which you could put in the flask of wondrous physic. Right? Having done that, my notes say drop down due south of the Erdtree to get to the nomadic merchant. Great, great. I think there's some more gold tinged excrement. There we go. Gotta love that gold tinged excrement. Alright, and we conveniently enough have the merchant marked on the map. I wonder if he shows up on the compass. if you get close enough. There he is right there. This is a bit of an injurious drop if you're on the horse. You will survive. You will survive, but your horse will get injured. Nope, not this time. Okay. And as of patch 1.03, this guy also sells smithing stones.
Ah, hello. How nice of you to stop by again. Please buy something, won't you?
Certainly. Buy all his smithing stones. And that's pretty much all we want. Nomadic Warriors Cookbook. That was originally in my plans to buy, but I've changed my mind. So, yep, that's it. Done and done. Next. Mistwood Ruins is just around the corner, right over there. There's some more gold-tinged excrement. I can't forget if I talked about this before, maybe in one of the videos I had to trash. Somebody was asking me, I believe it was Queen of Spades, how I felt the keyboard and mouse controls compared to the controls on the controller. Conveniently enough, I also have Elden Ring on my PS4, so I get to use both. And as far as combat, I would much prefer the keyboard and mouse. But as far as managing the map and the menus, yeah, the controller is way better. PS4 controller is way better. So yeah, that's the difference. That's just my personal opinion. Okay, I'm not making a sweeping generalization. But right now, I'm just fumble fingering around with the map. But that, in no way, shape, or form, makes me want to switch to using the controller on my PC. I would much prefer the keyboard and mouse. Let's put a beacon here and make our way over to Mistwood Ruins. Now approach carefully, because once again we're in bear country and there's a bear right there. Okay, you hear the howling? Now there's a bear sleeping in there. Maybe. I can hear him growling, so I don't think he's sleeping. He is sleeping. Great. Fantastic. Okay, there's two ways you can approach this. You can attempt to kill the bear. It's doable. With our shield, and we can use the wolves. This is doable. And we can throw a bunch of fire pots at him and activate the wolves. Let's give it a shot. Okay, let's switch over to Scholar's Armament. Get that shield back on. And get that. Get the health up and running. Release the hounds. Magic Limp Blade. Recharge. Okay, boys, I'm counting on you to keep this bad boy off my ass. Let's start off by throwing some fire pots at him. fingered it. I still fumble fingering. I fumble fingered it and couldn't get my shield up. That's the part I didn't practice. I just like did one shot. It worked out pretty good. I noticed that time advances when you die. Now that it's daytime, this is good. This is good recon. I'll find out if he's always sleeping or if he's only sleeping at night. Here's the mushroom. There you go. I never worry about getting my money back. I rarely fail to get my money back. Okay, let's try this again. Unfortunately, I used up all my fire pots. So, I'll have to just go with... Okay, we'll have to open up with the glint blades. How about maybe pebbles? And then switch to the shield slack. Get it right this time. Okay, here we go. There it works. Okay. Oh no! This doesn't look good. At least he didn't kill me. Go after the dogs. Fucker got me. Okay, this obviously needs refining. Let's go to the Stake of America. That should put us a lot closer. Okay, I'm going to try 5 glint blades, switch over to the shield and run, and hopefully the wolves will engage him. Here we go. Get over to this side so that when he comes out, Here we go. 5 glint blades, shield, run. Got him. Almost had a perfect shot. Oh, almost did a perfect run. Anyways, that's the strategy that works. And what'd you give up? A Beast Blood. Great. Fantastic. There we go. So that, what you just saw, is an example of what I do to produce these walkthroughs. That, like, those practice runs there, just like do it over till you get it right. That's exactly what I do. There you go, walkthrough in the making. So we took him down and just do what I did there. Or alternatively, he's sleeping. Don't even deal with him. Just sneak down there, because that's the most important part, getting down there. I'll show you what that's all about first. But or later rather. For now, collect all these Trina lilies. These are important to make sleep pods. There's a lot of them here. Next, we want to go around to the north side of the ruins. Right here. And use your finger snap. It's only blade. This guy right here. Up here.
Who goes there? Carly sent you, did he? Ever the bloody busybody. Maybe to him you don't seem so strange. The name's Blythe. I'm looking for a man who goes by Darrowell. He fled somewhere nearby. Or so I've heard. Come tell me if you find him before I do. I can offer you ample reward.
Okay, a little more
Darrowell
talk.
is nothing but a traitor, and in need of a fitting end to his tale.
And I think that's it.
Darrowell is nothing but a traitor, and in need of a fitting end to his...
Great. Next. By the way, you can use sleep pods on the bear. It works. The problem is, as soon as you attack him, as soon as you attack him when he's sleeping, he wakes up. So, yeah, we can now make sleep pods. If you had some Trina's Lily before, make some of those. And when you're in the middle of the bear fight, whip those at him to calm him down. Alright, so from this point here, we met Blythe here. Come out here and follow, out of the way boys, follow this wall to the right, stick to the right all the way. There's another mushroom. And find this chest here, pardon me, and this should be a smithing stone. Finally, come out, turn to the southeast, push down here, and you'll find this staircase going down. Up. And this is going to work really well with our sword, the Axe Talisman. What does that do, Slack? Let me show you. Okay, take out this one, which hasn't been doing us any good whatsoever, and enhances charge attacks. So now our sword is kicking ass. So if we take the Flask of Wondrous Physic and we can like use it like to full effect and then hold down the charge attack, you can get bonus damage. Yeah, it's really kicking ass now. So that's pretty much this run. Looking at my notes here, lit staircase, collect Trina's lily, finger snap, blade. Yep, that's it. That's the end of this run. Thanks a lot for watching. And let me just mention that if you, this was the original plan. I just kind of like threw in take down the bear strategy, as because I tried it once and it worked, but that wasn't the original plan. The original plan is to just sneak past the bear. Okay, he's sleeping there. Sneak past him, drop down here, go get the axe talisman, come back out, get you all this, sneak past him, go around the front here, finger snap, talk to Blade, and go get that other thing that I picked up, and Bob's your uncle. You don't really have to deal with the bear. All right, so that's the safe strategy. But I threw in the bear fight, you know, for your viewing pleasure. Thanks for watching, and there you go. Nice long 50-minute video to make up for yesterday, and show up tomorrow. I might be able to put up another video tomorrow, even though typically it's my day off. I'm gonna try to put up another video tomorrow. I'm gonna try to go on a marathon, a daily upload marathon, for as long as I can. All right, so thanks for watching, and by the way, always check in on my community page, because if there's any changes to upload schedules or whatnot, go to the community page, because that's where I'll post updates. I'm no longer using Twitter for updates to the upload schedule. I now use my community page right here on MajorSlackVideos. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and if you thought this was remotely entertaining and or informative, you know, did you give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, stuff like that there, and I'll see you next time for some more Elden Ring. Hey guys, real walkthroughs like these are an endangered species here on YouTube. For a complete lowdown on the YouTube video game walkthrough scene, check out my Patreon page, and please consider making a donation to yours truly, Major Slack, to help keep real walkthroughs alive on YouTube. You can donate as little as $1. That's $1, that's all. That's all it takes, alright? Thanks a lot, really appreciate it.